Okay, we have a couple more of our team members signing in, but we're going to get started, and hopefully everybody did sign in, got a door prize ticket. You get credit for the in-service, and we have Stephanie Hernandez with us today from Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union, and she actually has one extra door prize we're going to raffle off in a little bit. But really, she's here if you're interested in opening a free account with Randolph Brooks. Check in her savings, I believe, so she's here to help out after the in-service, and so we thank her for being here and for having a nice door prize for us. So we're going to get started, and just a reminder, everybody, please silence your cell phones or turn them off as we start the in-service. And everybody looks a little bit laid back, but how about those Spurs, huh? How about it, huh? Pretty cool. They won and going on, and I guess we'll play either Denver or Orlando, right? Who's Denver? Minnesota. That's it. Yeah, so we'll get one of those folks. All right. So today's in-service is going to be on HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability and Privacy Act. So we're going to have Enrique offer the presentation for us and learn a little more about protections and what we can and can't share with residents, family members, friends, coworkers, all that good stuff. And then Carrie Mendez is going to get up and talk to us a little bit about the ARC Wellness Challenge that's coming up. And so we'll be kicking that off early in May. So without further ado, Enrique de Luna. Bring us home.
Thank you. Okay, good afternoon. How's everyone doing today? That's great. Okay, so we're going to talk about Health Information Portability and Accountability Act, and to what does it pertain to us and all of the departments. It can be from the dietary, housekeeping, nursing. What are our responsibilities when we do go encounter any residence information? Confidentiality, very good, yes. So one of our jobs is to protect residence information. I mean, how do we do have to identify first what is the information? How does it come about? The information from a resident, so you know that their name, of course, their date of birth, their address, medical diagnoses, medication and treatments, Social Security members, and the Social Security, and the insurance and billing information. All that, it has to be protected by us. We want to make sure that we do not divulge any of that information, and if we come and we encounter that information either by mistake in the trash, if we are doing housekeeping, if you are getting the residence trash or the nurse station trash and you see anyone's name, residence names in there, please take it back and give it to the nurse, because we do have a special place where we put them to be shredded and then protected as well. One thing that we need to emphasize is that we gotta make sure that we only share what is important to us. What is important for us it is different to a nurse, a social worker is here, Deborah, an information that you get from the hospital, Diana, any one of us, nursing, medication aids, housekeeping. Well, if I work in housekeeping, do you need some information from the resident? It might be. It could be, because if you are going to go to a resident that is in isolation, you may need to know what you need to wear, what kind of protection you need to wear to go into that room. But it might be minimal. It might be not the same as if you are a medication aid or a nurse or another position that you have or another role. Now, who can access the information, the private information to the residents? Once again, it's just be nursing and other department that they need to bill. The billing office needs to also know what kind of insurance the resident has, so we can bill them. We can bill their insurance. The nurse as well, so we can care for the resident. Medication aid, of course, you need to know what kind of medication the resident takes. But now it's not okay that if let's say for example I'm working over here and I see Troy. Troy is there and I'm 10 feet away from him and all of a sudden I start saying, "Hey, Troy, can you tell me what Mrs. Jones had before? I mean, today, did she have a BM?" Is that appropriate for me to say? No, it's not. Why? HIPAA, and nobody else should be knowing that. It's HIPAA violation too as well. It is a HIPAA violation because, once again, however, let's say for example, I am talking to Troy again, and then let's see who else I can say. Well, Diana is around, and I asked Troy the same question. Troy, did Mrs. Jones have a BM? And Diana happens to go get by, and would she needs to know that information? No, but she heard it. She heard it by mistake, maybe, or what, by accident. But is she going to go tell anyone else? Can she tell everybody else what Mrs. Jones had a BM? No, you keep it to yourself. That's the thing where I want to go. You do keep it to yourself. You hear it, keep it to yourself. Don't go there and share it to someone else. That goes again to when we are home, if we discuss residents' information, we also have to make sure that there's nobody around. And it also pertains to what you're doing. At home, we should not be discussing it, though. You cannot. I mean, you should keep it at work only, and only share it to the person that is responsible for the information. When you are on the computers and you're passing medications, you got to make sure that if you are walking away of the computer, you need to log it off, log out the information. A lot of times we go by and then we get busy and then walk out with the medications, like, oh, I forgot to punch the little button that says walk away, and you see everybody going by like, oh, I see that she gets something for diarrhea. Now, we got to make sure that we cover that up. We press the button, the walk away button, and so you can walk away safely, so that information is protected. When you now the nurses, the CNAs are also documented now on their hallways. They do have a little computer there, and that information is to also be walk away, log off before you walk away of that. Now, I forgot my password, and I need to document. Is it okay that I can go there and ask one of the nurses, let's see, if I'm working in assisted living and I forgot my password, can you please, can I use yours, please? You're mean. No, you're right. No, I cannot use yours. You're signing. Why? Because I might do a mistake, and guess who is going to be blamed? You are, yes. So no, and besides, it's not a good thing to be sharing your passwords at all. What am I supposed to do then if I don't have a way to get into the computer? My own password, I can reset it, and if not, we're going to call IT to make sure that we have it. Yes, paper Morse. We have that also, that option. The resident has a right to have their information protected. One of it is by, but they also have a right to access their medical records. There is not like, okay, well, because, well, I don't have it with me, I'm not going to give it to you because they're protected. No, the resident itself can actually have a right to access the medical records, make corrections as well. There was an issue that, it may be an issue like maybe the doctor or by mistake, they were added a different diagnosis that the resident don't have. They can actually ask to have that clarified, to making sure that we have the right and correct information. Oftentimes, we are on the floor, and then we're family members, maybe a strange son, ex-spouse comes over and asks us, can you tell me about Mr. So-and-so's condition? What is our response? What would it be our response? I'm sorry, I cannot, but I can refer you to who can. That's important too as well. And who's the best person to know or should know? Supervisor, your nurse, yeah, the nurse, because they will have that, and they will know if actually indeed that person is okay for them to obtain that information. Because you don't know, I mean, might be okay, but we have to make sure that it is approved. Also, the resident has a right to file complaints if privacy has been violated. And the common HIPAA violations in the long term is talking about residents in public areas. What about if, let's see, for example, Livy, it's taking pictures of one of the residents, and she says, okay, I'm going to go post it on my Facebook. Is that correct? No, we cannot. We actually have to get permission from other people too as well, not just because, I mean, I like this person, I'm going to post it on social media. That's not appropriate. We never do that. When we have our documents in the hallways, we have our documents sometimes, paper documents with the residents' names and the nurses' stations, and they're all up to the public. We also have to make sure that they are covered, they're turned, so nobody goes there and sees what is that. That's very important. The disposing of the documents, once again, we do have that shredder box that all those documents go there. They need to be disposed of. And we never share our login credentials. And just some consequences of violations. It can lead to employee disciplinary action, including termination of employment, fines and legal penalties, loss of facility reputation. It is such a thing that if it goes in the public, you don't want to have our community knowing that we do display residents' information around. Federal investigations. Always the best practice for us is that we do need this information to do our job. Yes, we do need some information to do our job, but we need to know which one we need. We are also always making sure that we keep our conversations privately, not 10 feet away, and asking if they have a BM or not. Always follow our policies, the facility policies, and report any suspected breaches immediately. It's just a simple reminder that if it is not your patient resident or not your role, do not access it, do not talk about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I mentioned earlier today that Enrique does a lot of in-services for us, and especially the mandatory ones, and he does a great job, so I just want to say thank, and let's give him another round of applause for several of these he does every year, and we're very lucky to have him. You know, HIPAA, just looking at it in our personal lives, you know, I think especially when we were all younger, somebody talked about you, you know, around your friends, and how does it make you feel? Same kind of thing, privacy, dignity. And sometimes if you're buying something embarrassing at Walgreens and they do an announcement, give me a price check on preparation H. Oh, can you check in the back? We're out of preparation H. I mean, how's that going to make you feel, right? So I'm kind of making a funny out of it, but that's part of about protecting people's privacy and their confidentiality. So we can relate it at every level, you know, with that. So anyway, thank you, Enrique. Now on a lighter note, Carrie, come on up and we're going to talk about the ARC Wellness Challenge. It's going to be super exciting.
Hello. I'm Carrie Mendez. I'm not the wellness coordinator anymore. I'm the fitness and life enrichment manager. Woo-hoo! So I'm here to tell you a little bit about this challenge that we're going to kick off. It's called the ARC Wellness Challenge. You've probably heard of something like Biggest Loser before. The Biggest Loser just looks at weight loss, so it's just a number on the scale. We're going to go a little deeper than that. So this is a 12-week body composition competition. We're going to focus on fat loss, muscle gain, and overall health improvements. We're going to do that by using a scale that I have up in the gym. It's called a Tanita scale, and it will give you a nice little printout with tons of numbers. Tells you all the different tissues of the body and what percentage they're in. So body fat percentage, lean mass percentage, water, all those types of things. So it's not just weight. So it kind of evens the playing field. How you win. Percent of body fat loss and percent of muscle gain. It's pretty much what we're going to look at. We'll plug those numbers into an Excel program. Let's just say, for instance, someone loses 5 pounds of fat, but they lose 8 pounds of muscle. That's not a positive outcome. So the computer is able to detect that based on those numbers. So it's not just who weighs less or just who loses more fat necessarily. Someone could gain a lot of muscle. Might come out a bodybuilder, who knows? So we're going to track the first day, we're going to track at the end, and you have an optional 2 weigh-ins in the middle if you want to take advantage of that. If you have your phone and you're interested in this, take your phone out and take a snapshot of this. These are the assessment dates. May 1st, 4th, or the 6th, 7 to 9, and 12 to 2 in the fitness center. You'll come and see me, and we'll get you on the Tanita scale and get your money, get you weighed in, and get you going. Oh, there's money involved. I didn't mention that. Stephanie's going to run weekly challenges through Vitality. Do you guys know what Vitality is? Yeah? Okay. Hydration things, steps, different things like that. So your consistency there will be evaluated as well. Why does body composition matter? Because you can improve your energy, build lean mass, and support your long-term health. Small changes, big results. Who can join? All ARC staff, all fitness levels are welcome, it's beginner friendly. Start where you are. It's a $20 buy-in. That money is going to go into a prize pool. That will be first, second, and third place winners. The first place winner will get 50% of the total prize money. Second place gets, I believe it's 30%. Yep. And third place gets 20%. So that's how it's split up to make it fair and everybody gets a place to win first, second, third, not just one person. And this is all you need to do. Sign up in the fitness center, buy in, and start your journey. I have flyers in English and in Spanish. If you want one, they'll be over here on the table with Stephanie. And there's also a packet that goes deeper into body composition and what it means and why it's important. So if you're going to sign up, definitely take one of these and bring it with you when you come to get your assessment. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. And earlier today, we talked about the fitness center, right? Everybody know where the fitness center is? On top of the bistro, basically. Well, in the past, employees could use that from 5 to 7 p.m., but we went to the resident council and we got the ability to use it in the morning too. And there's extended hours. I think it's 5 a.m. until 7:30 in the morning. You can use the fitness center. There's showers in there and locker rooms and all that. So, take advantage of it if you can, and especially this challenge. And Carrie mentioned Vitality, but part of this, you'll get Vitality points. And as you build those up, you can cash those in for gift cards, and it's a really good program. So thank you again for sharing that info. Okay, we'll start off with some announcements and success stories and anniversaries. But let's begin with any new employees in the last 30 days. Please stand up so we can recognize any new coworkers, new family members. Here we are. Outstanding. We had several earlier today, so thank you all for being here with us. We appreciate it. You're going to be a part of a great organization. All right, April anniversaries that are 10 years plus, and some of these we recognized earlier, but Gerald Lickman in security is 10 years, right in front of me there. Big Gerald. Outstanding. Izel Nakila in dining, 10 years. 10 years. Not sure if they're all in here. Javion Williams in facilities, 11 years, and he was here at the 1 o'clock meeting, so that's great. Jerry Valenzuela, 24 years in dining services. Big Jerry. Outstanding, thank you. And Leticia Duran Garcia, 37 years in dining services. Woo! Why don't you stand up for that one, all right? 37 years. Outstanding. All right. Okay, and I also hope everybody enjoyed the Fiesta lunch that we hosted recently. Great time, great food, and I want to thank our recognition committee, dining, HR for pulling that together. It was a great time and fellowship and food and sharing. And unfortunately, Fiesta's over now, so no more Fiesta until next year. Some of us are happy with that, but it gets a little crazy. Okay, some other success stories. Ricardo Salazar in the design studio. You in here? All right, please stand up. He got a certification for Section 608 on refrigerant, so part of the design studio. Thanks for going above and beyond. We appreciate it. Tabitha Cuevas was with us earlier today at 1 o'clock, and she just got her project management professional certification, and that's a really hard one to obtain. So if you see Tabitha, congratulate her. And Carrie, we talked about Carrie earlier. She not only teaches tons of wellness classes and lectures and working on nutrition with the residents and the coworkers, but she recently filmed a television segment, part of our marketing program. So that's circulating around. She's on the couple of different TV shows promoting healthy aging and wellness. And several of us are doing those to get the word out more about the ARC as part of marketing. So thanks, Carrie. We also, if you see Crystal Duran, one of our marketing counselors, she had a great compliment from a prospective resident who had been looking for about 2 years, emailing a lot of communities in Texas and the Carolinas. And she said that Crystal was the fastest, most informed, most thorough, and most professional of any of those folks that she's worked with. And that prospect says she was one of the best ambassadors for the ARC. So if you see Crystal, congratulate her. And not to confuse the two Crystals, but Crystal Ball, also in marketing, she just got married on the 24th. So if you see her, congratulate her on her wedding. And we joked with her little. She said she got a new baby when she got married, and then she said it had 4 legs. And we thought, boy, this is getting more and more interesting. But she got a beautiful puppy as part of her marriage. So anyway, if you see her, tease her and wish her well. That was a pretty cool story. Okay, promotions. I don't know that she's here, but Sarah Reed obtained her RN license, and she was a CNA and part of our PRN pool in healthcare. She also obtained some scholarship help through the Kiwanis Club. So if you see Sarah when she's back, just congratulate her on getting that RN designation. That's a tough one, too. And we talked about Javion Williams and John Krupala in facilities. We're here at 1 o'clock, and we recognize both of them. They were promoted to Javion a Tier 2 and John a Tier 3 technician in facilities. So it's great to see them and enhancing their skill set. And also at 1 o'clock, we had our Elita Longoria Spirit Award winner in the recognition. So we gave that to Flo Hubble, who works in receptionist, primarily at Lakeside, but we see her around here, so we gave her the certificate and the money and the plaque. So if you see her, congratulate her on getting that. All right, Stephanie, you have an announcement or two before we get to the goodies? Liz?
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Nice to see everyone here today. Just a couple of announcements. The next Coffee in HR will be May 8th. We'll be here in the conference room. If you have any questions or if there's anything we can help you with, we'll be here available from 8 to 11 a.m. And then our Employee Recognition Committee is preparing for our summer event, and we sent out a survey through Paycor. So we hope that you all can respond. Today is actually the last day. We want your input because we want to make it a special and fun event for you all. So if you need assistance with responding to that, we'll be happy to help. And then a final reminder, the Relias Customer Service course is due tomorrow. It's really important that you get that done if you haven't done so yet. We'll be happy to assist with that as well. And I believe Carrie might have mentioned it. Our Cinco de Mayo walk is next week, so we hope that you all can join us. It'll be the kickoff to the challenge she's preparing for us. And you'll get to have a nice walk with your coworkers. You'll earn some vitality points, and then we have some really good raffles for you all to include an Apple Watch. So hope you guys can join us. That's all I have for right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I just want to mention also, I think last time we met, we talked about the ARC opened up. We expanded eligibility to who can live here, and it's pretty much the general public now. And since that, out of the 10 new people that have put money down to move in, 3 of them are newly eligible. So it's really going to help us in all areas continue to raise census and make us even stronger. So good news on that front. Have a great rest of the day. We're going to wind down April and look for a beautiful May and summer upcoming. Think about the challenge, okay? And keep up the great work. Thank you for being here.